Good evening, welcome to the Professor Maima Show. Hope you are doing well wherever watching me from around the world. Please subscribe, share, and like this video. So, today I want to talk about something interesting. And before I do that, I want you who's watching me to repeat these words after me. I want you who's watching me to repeat these words after me. I am great. I am wonderfully made. I will be rich and successful. So let me repeat one more time. I want you who is watching me to repeat these words after me. Please repeat them. So I am great. I am wonderfully made. I'll be rich and successful. Amen. So please repeat those words after me, and all your endeavors will succeed and will be rich and prosperous in your life. So today I want to talk about something that's very interesting. It's about being broke is an evil spirit. Yes, being broke is an evil spirit. And the reason I say that is that these days we have a situation whereby most young men and women don't have money. And the reason they don't have money because they don't have jobs, they don't know how to save, or because of, or whatever they earn is wasted. So you can be a young man watching me or young woman. Let's just say you can be a young person watching me, and you are in a job or you are jobless, but there's some way you get some small money. Maybe you hustle. Young people like saying hustling, but me I think hustling is just another word for poverty. So now you hustle hard to get that money that you need. You go around. As I was saying, you go around getting your money, work hard, you invest in good things, you do some things. In fact, not invest, you spend most of your time on alcohol. If you're a man, on alcohol, on women. If you're a lady, you spend your money on shopping, going out with friends, just having a good life, which is good when you are young. That's what I'm saying, being broke is an evil spirit. So let me tell you my story. I started working when I was very young. I remember I got my first job when I was 18, when I finished high school. Those days used to have 844. That is 8 years of primary school. That's it's called what? Elementary school, and then 4 years of high school and 4 years of university. But these days they've changed to a password curriculum, which is very useless, going to destroy Kenya. We need to go back to the 844 so that these young men and women can get the prerequisite skills. You know, as 844 what had happened, it was a good curriculum, but it was overloaded. They just needed to reduce the courses a bit, but the others would stay like art and craft, agriculture. These are very practical courses in this country because what does Kenya produce? Nothing. The way I said in my video yesterday. And now we want to export our people outside. They don't have, because the 844 was supposed to be practical, but it lacked the workshops, it lacked the farms, you understand? So we need to bring it back and make it more practical and less exam oriented. People used to steal exams, but that's a story for another day. So now, that's what I'm saying, being broke is an evil spirit. So I started working when I was 18, then I joined campus, isn't it? And then I dropped the job. Big mistake. I should have joined campus and continue doing that job maybe on part-time basis so that I'm earning some small money and I'm also gaining knowledge. That's why we find our education system is confused. How does a student, a university student, who in his prime, most productive years, spend most of the day, most of the week in school? Universities, the most you should spend in a university, uh, if you're being realistic, you're supposed to learn 3 hours in a unit. 1 hour should be for research, 2 hours for academic work. It was called tutorial time. I don't know where people go to and do research and all do that, isn't it? So if you do 2 hours only on academic, and then you're sitting maybe for 7 courses, that's 14 hours. Maybe 2 days, you have a workload of minimum 6 hours. So that's already 3 days, 14 hours. In 3 days, if you are doing 6, it's even more than enough. Now, the other time you are given freedom to do research. That's what I do with my students. I like giving them a lot of time to do research, so that my students, if I'm teaching them courses, I give them free time, something that most institutional management don't know. So that you have a student in a week, they have in a week of 7 days, they should have a minimum of 4 days free. That's Saturday, Sunday, maybe Thursday, Friday. Or inversely, maybe the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday they work. Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday they are free. This is what I'm saying. So now I graduated, and then I did my master's immediately, because here, being a teacher, you're given, if you're teaching in high school, you're earning $200 per month. Then it was even less. That's gross. So that was small money. So I went and did my master's, hoping to get a full-time job in a university. No, did that happen? No. I got part-time, because the ones who are working, the ones who taught me in university over 25 years ago in my master's, they're still in teaching. So where would I have entered? So I got part-timing. I was earning something to do with nearly $400 per month. So now $400 is supposed to be good cost of living with parents. But now I was stupid. I was spending all the money on women, alcohol, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. Being broke is an evil spirit. And this thing is happening with many young men now, Gen Zs. Because us, we never taught our children. Because the Gen Zs are the children of my generation. We never got financial knowledge. I should have been saving the money, so that when the moment I lost my job, which I lost, I should not have been in the predicament that I was. It disorganized me. Imagine you are used to money, and then there's no money. Now people start, because people who were jealous because I had really achieved so much at a young age, those degrees, getting a job early. Now that's when people really found it's called what, piled on, making fun of me, degrading me, disrespecting me. But it was good, because for the last 10 years I've been in the wilderness. I think God was opening my eyes on what I should do. That if I get money, first thing is to save. You save in a circle. Well, that's the important thing. And then you also increase your income streams. Because like now, if I lost my job, and I also have, let's say this entire YouTube was doing well that time, maybe it was then or something else, I would not have been in a predicament, because you lose your 8 to 5 job, but you have other income streams. Maybe you have bought land up country, which is doing farming. You have some small land here where you have built some commercial plot, even a small house to rent people, or a small shop. Whatever you do, you're also doing other things on the side, like this I'm doing. Because had I started this thing, let's say 10 years ago, seriously, it will be having, I'm sure it will be having 1 million subscribers. That one I'm sure. Because me, I'm Taurus. Me, when I set my eyes on something, my mind, my focus, 100%. Even people who know me, they know me. I don't joke. You give me work, me, I do it the best of my ability. When I see this young Gen Z sleeping, relaxing, I just want. Because me, that time when things were good for me, fortune was there. That's what I'm saying. Being broke is an evil spirit. I used to work. I would work. I would never miss. I remember even when I was teaching, the whole time I taught, the times I missed school, even they're not more than 5 times. And in all of them I was sick, or there was an issue. But just miss, never. I was always early. I always entered class before the students entered. Even the people who are in my class, they know most of the time I'm very early, isn't it? So that's what I'm saying. Being broke is an evil spirit. So when I lost my job, being broke, no money, you're used to big money, you see, it disorients you. So how do you get rid of this spirit of being broke? Number one, you need to have more than one income stream. Yes, you are an 8 to 5 job. You are jobless. Get something that keeps you busy from Monday to Friday that earns you money. That's a starting point. 2, find a skill. Digital now is the biggest way where people can earn free money. I did a video here the other day. just talking about my experience. It's called My Rambo Experience. It has now over 3,000 views, isn't it? But now, if I had, let's say, 10,000 subscribers, at least 1,000 of those will have sent me something. Let's say even $100. That's a million. I'll be having a million shillings now. You understand? That's what I'm saying. Being broke is an evil spirit. You need to, first of all, find a constant income. Find something that gives you money, whether it's a job, whether it's a skill, and then whether it's digital content creation, and then find other alternatives. You find other ways of earning money. Like now, if you're a lecturer, maybe you're teaching in two places or three, isn't it? That's what people do. But now, because with digital, you can be teaching in one place, but also doing other things digitally. Maybe you're doing online writing, you're doing you're doing so many things that are bringing you money. Then you also have, move on to investment assets. You have a piece of land that if, let's say, you lose a job today, you can rely on it with your family. You can live in Nairobi, the capital city of Kenya, which is very expensive, and go up country and build a small house and start farming as you clear your mind. Like I was seeing the story of a former footballer the other day. This person was the most talented that time. I think it was nearly, I don't know, 10 years ago. I used to hear him. So this player the other day is around now, is in his that was 2013. He's now in his early 30s. That time he was 20. Now the guy is, I don't know, I think it was 2011, yeah. That is now 33. That time was 20. But now, when he was a great footballer, he did not make the right decisions. He could not be taken to a place, a good team to earn him good money. So he just oscillated around these local teams, which give people zero. So now the guy, because of injury, he left soccer. Sports is a very dangerous sport that can get you injured anytime. So the injury kept him off like 5 years. He got injured 5 years ago. Now he doesn't have anything. He's back to his parents' house with nothing. So imagine if this young man that time was talented, he was doing something online, maybe doing videos. Someone would have easily spotted him. You know, the people who just watch videos, maybe when he's doing juggling, he's just doing skills. I'm sure as the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. I wanted to say, when the sun rises in the west, when the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, this young man will have landed a big team in Europe or the Arab world or Asia. Now it will just be, after the injury, maybe it was destined to happen. It will just be now looking after his farm. Maybe he will have had several acres doing farming. He will have a commercial plot maybe in the town. He will have built himself a big house, a maisonette, like professional soccer they do. Now you just be mentoring his young children to become good at sports or whatever their dreams are, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. Being broke is an evil spirit. Everyone is destined to have plenty. I used to hear this saying, every man has his day. The British say every dog has its day. And me, I say every man has his season. Every man has his season. So you who's watching me, when your season comes, in fact, they always say, make hay where the sun shines. Yes, make hay where the sun shines. I never used to understand that thing. Now I understand it. Me, when I had my sunshine, I messed up drinking alcohol, women, prostitutes, wasting money, isn't it? But now, you who's watching me, when your sunshine is there, maybe you're in a good job now, maybe you are skilled, when you do a YouTube channel on TikTok or where you're getting millions of views, 100,000s of views, you're having jobs, people are calling you for job interviews left, right, and center. There are people, as we're sitting now here, from morning to evening, they've had even 5 phone calls calling them for interviews. So it's an issue of choosing which job is good for them. You know what I can tell them? Make hay when the sun shines, whereby you invest the money in a circle, you you sure you buy yourself some land up country, you buy a plot here in the city wherever you are living for commercial purposes. You also keep money in the bank account that you can use anytime. You increase your income streams so that you just don't do one job. You can be one job 8 to 5, create other jobs. Like this digital is also another job you can create. That farming you are doing up country, that substance, that's work. That commercial plot you have here to rent, that's another income. So you're always doing many things, even 7 things, isn't it? So this is the Professor Maima Show. I want to pray for you who's watching me, that you have a long life and become rich and prosperous, not only you, your children, grandchildren, and all your generations. And also your dreams become reality, that big job reality, pay increment reality, fast car reality, that big land reality, commercial plot reality, building a big flat and shopping complex reality, buying your first house reality, buying a ranch reality, getting a good man or woman to start a family and have many children reality. Pray for myself to get big money, to start a big technological university that will be used, that can manufacture products here in Kenya, Africa, and worldwide, and also to provide jobs for these young Gen Zs, train future entrepreneurs, and take Africa to the next level, to middle income continent. And also pray for myself to get big money for me, Professor Maima, and also big money for the Kenyan government. Those are my prayers. Amen. So if you have liked something on what I've said on our channel, and support us on the mobile M-Pesa down there, +254 769 729 327. I repeat again, mobile M-Pesa +254 769 729 327. And as I always say, Gwaheri ya kuonana.